Right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello and welcome to the official press conference of Gethin versus Yaxley, which will be live on Saturday night from the Abergavenny Market Hall. I have some of the fighters sat on the table with me and I'll introduce them. To my far right we have 10-0 undefeated Jamie Evans, who will be fighting Jordan Brannan on Saturday night. Next to him we have undefeated 6-0 Billy Stanbury. He will be against MJ Hall this Saturday. And next to me we have Kieran Gethin, 12 wins, 2 defeats, 2 draws. He will be fighting for the Celtic and the IBO Continental Championships against Sean Yaxley from North Wales. Next to me right here is what Kieran has fashioned out of a mob to represent Sean Yaxley, and we'll ask you about that a bit later on. And on the end we have 1-0 from Port Albert, Aaron Bird. So first of all we'll start with JJ Evans at the end. How's it going? It's been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it's going good, mate. Going good, back in training, loving life.
Well, that's the way. So you're 10-0 now. You've been around a long time, and we all want to see you fighting for titles. It's been a long time coming. You've got another opponent, Jordan Brannan, in front of you, but once you've got past him, providing you win, and I'm pretty sure you will, where would you like to go on from there?
Well, any title's nice. Definitely the main event of this one I got a close eye on. I know the boys won't be happy about that, but I definitely got a very close eye on that. Yeah, so any title at all would be nice, even the Welsh, anything at all.
Yeah, we'd love to see it, and I mean, well, if you get to face the winner of Gethin versus Yaxley, that'd be another great fight to put on a shadow box. Promotions. If you'd like to pass the microphone on to Billy Stanbury.
Hello.
Billy, 6-0, go for your 7th straight win. How does it feel to come over the border and fight in Wales?
Yeah, it's good to be coming over here and showcasing my skills in front of the Welsh crowd. I've always boxed in the southwest and in London, York Hall, never over the water as such. So yeah, it'll be good to put on a show for everyone. 7th pro fight. Had a little bit of trouble with the opponent this week, pulling out the last minute. I'm glad it's all going ahead. It's got a good crowd coming up from North Devon, and yeah, we're making plenty of noise. Ready for the main event.
And MJ Hall is one of the most experienced guys on the UK circuit.
Yeah.
Have you trained a special way to go up against him, or same as you?
Well, I only got told yesterday that was the opponent. Fortunately, Philip Price pulled out. But yeah, no, he's experienced. He's tough, gritty. But yeah, they said that about the last guy, George Rogers. 20, I think he had 31, never been stopped. I blasted him out of there in 2 rounds. So I'll be looking to do a similar display of my boxing on Saturday.
That's what we want to see on Shadowbox Promotions. I'll pass this along now to Aaron Bird. Aaron, welcome to the press conference. This is only your 2nd fight. You won your first. How does it feel to be on a show like this?
Yeah, it's great. It's the first time as a professional fighting in Wales. My debut was in Plymouth, so it's nice to get the ball rolling in Wales and show people what I'm all about. Yeah.
And your opponent, Darren Sharp, do you know much about him?
Yeah, I've seen him box quite a few times. He's very hard to stop. That's all I know.
Yeah. So it's a 4-rounder, right?
He's a 4-rounder,
so
yes.
You're just going to go through the motions, and if anything presents itself, you're going to go for it?
Yeah, I think that's the wise option. Yeah, if I go for the stoppage, then I can leave myself open. So I'll box behind. I'm not going to give the game plan away, but I box the way I normally do, and that should be enough to get me the victory.
And where do you like to go on from this then?
I'm hoping for a Welsh title fight within my first 5-6 fights. I believe I got the amateur experience to be fast-tracked, so yeah, that's what I'm looking at. And then move on from there, yeah.
Fantastic. I'll give this now to Kieran. Kieran Gethin, not just the main event fighter, but he is also the promoter, but we'll touch upon that a bit later on. Kieran, so Sean Yaxley to my left. You've managed to fashion out of a mop and some old amateur boxing vests and a cap. Has him not showed up today rattled you at all?
Oh, I wouldn't say rattled. No, that's a high quality vest there. Mine, he's represented Wales a lot of times. You want to show Sean some respect.
Sorry, Sean.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same type of personality we got sitting there as it would be here anyway, so we're not missing too much. I am glad that he's managed to make it in some capacity. But yeah, we want to make this an event, and this is all part of it. And yeah, I'm really eager to get in the ring now.
So your last fight, you fought Paul Cummins, and now stepping from 8 rounds up to 10. You've been in 10-round fights before. Of course, you are a Welsh champion, and you fought on the MTK Golden Contract series, which was live on Sky as well. So things I guess aren't foreign to you, that's for sure. But what do you know about Sean?
Well, like I say, he was a high quality amateur. We boxed. He maybe got to the peak just before or just after I turned pro. So he started winning titles around that time. Double national champion, international medals. So, and we've actually shared the ring once when we were sparring when I got called in to help out the Welsh team as well. So we're not completely, like you said, foreign to each other. So it's going to be interesting to see how we both developed. You know, we were a lot younger back then, but we certainly take things where we can from it, I suppose.
So he's 12-0, undefeated. Do you think he hasn't been in with someone as experienced as you yet?
Well, let's not think about it, is it?
No.
He hasn't been in with someone like me yet, and you know, I had the step up when I took up to fight Tony Dixon. He'd been in there and done I hadn't gone straight from a 6 to 10, and although that was a really close fight, the fight of the year, and only lost it by a point, and I still, you know, it's still a bit contentious with that. I learned a lot from it, and I feel like that might be the fight for Sean now. So as long as he doesn't only lose, he learns as well from this one. I think it'd be too bad.
Of course, you are promoting this fight as well as boxing in the main event. Have you had to have much contact with Sean in the build-up to this? It must be awkward if you were trying to make the fight and you trying to fight him too. Yeah,
business isn't awkward if you're in there with someone who's going to be straight up with everything, and like his team have been nice down the line, there ain't going to be any problems. But it's when they try to start being funny and snide comments and stuff, that's when the problems start. But you know, if you're straight about the business and you want to get the job done, like he has, then it's all good.
That's what we like to hear. So despite him being easy to work with, you still decided to create this masterpiece.
Well, he didn't turn up, so he had to be here in some way, didn't he? If he wants the limelight, he's got to be here.
Yeah, well, he's from North Wales, and I've always found that there's been a north-south divide, especially in Welsh boxing. A lot of the Welsh boxers in the north don't get the same sort of recognition as in the south, and last year we saw Jerome Warburton beat Morgan Jones for the Welsh title, and we saw how much that meant to him, a fighter from North Wales winning a belt down south. Do you think that Sean is going to have the same sort of mentality as Jerome when he comes down here to prove that the boxing exists in the north, and to come down and take the belt off you? I
think Jerome is a different character to Sean. However, I also think that it would be very disappointing if Sean didn't take his attitude when he does come down here. So I'm expecting one of the hardest fights of my career, and I'm hoping it is, to be honest with you. I've not got loads left. I'm probably in my last year now, and I want good fights. I want big fights.
So what's your prediction?
My prediction is I'm going to win, put it that way.
Do you have a round or a decision?
I'm not Muhammad Ali. I don't go making rhymes and rounds, all right? I am just going to win this fight.
You're not Muhammad Ali. You are Kieran.
There you go.
So as well, we'll touch upon how you promoted this event to, of course, the last event in Abergavenny a couple of months ago was the first time pro boxing has been in the town for a very long time, since 50 years.
Yeah.
And you promoted that, and now you're back so soon after. How successful was the first event?
Well, I didn't have any criticism apart from one gentleman who thought he could do it better, and turned out he couldn't. So I'm very glad that we've had so many people want to come back. Almost everyone who bought a ticket to the first show is coming to the second show. So that tells you we didn't do too bad of a job on the first one. We're trying to make it a bigger event. We've got a better fight. We've got bigger names. We've got, undefeated prospects on you. Jamie, like you said, he's going to be looking at a title fight next, whether it's me or someone else. You got Billy next to me, who's going to be looking at some big fights as well with his dynamite hands. And hopefully Aaron, in the next couple of months, will be putting on shows where he's going to build up and then work towards the title as well.
So we got other fights on the card who not at the press conference there. We got undefeated Pavel Crocker, 3-0.
Yeah.
He's going against Birmingham Sanchez. Talk us through that.
Yeah, straight back out after, I think, 2 weeks ago, he had his last contest. So he is what boxing is meant to be, continuous and consistent. And he's laid back as they come, really excited about fighting on the show. Could make it today, but he is going to be turning up on the night, and that's what counts.
Yeah, for sure. And we got Kane Shepherd in his third fight. He's going to be against John Spencer.
Kane is someone who was sort of around the same time as me when I was in the amateurs. Really good, fast-paced boxer. Nice kid as well, really nice kid. He's had a while out. He had a bit of a bad cut, problem with the cut. Wasn't fixed right at his last show, but he's coming back in now, completely ready to go again, and he is very excited to push on, not just have this one, but box multiple times now by the end of the year, I think.
And we got a debutant, Connor Kerr. Don't really know much about him. Can you fill us in?
Yeah, he's in the Commonwealth Games list, I think, for the Irish team. So he's a real quality operator. Everyone knows how quality the Irish team is.
From Ireland?
Yeah, coming from Ireland. He's an Irish gent flying over today. He is boxing Carl Sampson, who's an experienced fella. He's a little bit heavier than what Conor wanted to box at, but he's coming here with all the confidence, ready to get it done. He had a little bit of time out of boxing, coming straight back in with his pro debut against a seasoned operator.
And of course we got Jake Tinklin, who we saw last year losing an epic fight for the Welsh title. He lost to Lloyd Jennings. He's on the comeback trail. He's won his last two since. What can we expect from Jake? Yeah,
a lot, I think. He seems to have another gear knuckle down now. Bits of training I've done with him, and his attitude towards it. Just a couple of months ago, he was iffing and ahhing about things, but now this show, he's all guns blazing for it, and he wants the opportunities. And I can see where he's coming from. He's lost in a close Welsh title fight, and he wanted to get straight back on it, but he does need to build up. This is probably the last step on his build-up trail, so you'll be looking for him in titles soon too. And then we got undefeated 7-0 Lewis Roberts, who will be against Jason Cavantas. Good luck saying that one. He's coming back to Abergavenny actually for the second time. He boxed on the last show. All his fans big Mexican sombreros, and I ended up with one in the post-fight interview. So I'm hoping to pinch another pink one on Saturday. And of course we got Aaron Bird over here as well. If you want to touch upon Aaron Bird, is he didn't want to give the game away, but he got an hard jab. Put it that way. Hard jab, yeah. He's known for his jab all over, and he's been all over. Like you said, he boxed at high level in the amateurs. I remember him in the youths. He went to the Worlds. He won a bunch of senior titles, and now we're really keen to push him on. Boy from Swansea, needs a lot of support, and will get it from us. Just needs it from others as well. Make sure he can win some pro titles.
Wicked. And of course, on to we have Billy Stanbury. Talk us through how he came about fighting on the card.
Yeah, Billy and his trainer got in touch with me. He wanted to sort out some sparring, and from there, after a couple of sore ribs, I thought I must get him on a couple of the shows as well, because he is like I said, he's got powerful punches. He talked about his last opponent. He stopped in 2, and that doesn't surprise me at all. Just want to see him relax now, get into the groove, and understand that he's a professional and he isn't just going to go 4 rounds. He was open for a 6th round on this one, but if he does go the 4 on it, but shows what he can do skills-wise as well as just his power, it'll be the perfect fight for him.
This is going to be a long night for his opponent.
I think so, yeah.
Prediction. So of course, you're promoting this. You've got ambition to promote a lot more this year. You said yourself there's an opportunity for JJ to fight for the belts that you're hoping to win on Saturday night, and then you're talking about how Jake's due for another shot at some sort of title as well.
Yep.
Talk about the future of Shadowbox.
Yeah, so we're down to Llanelli on the 22nd. Mo and Richie, who were involved in the group, are getting that one ticked away now while I'm concentrating on this. We're looking to go up North Wales, which is where Sean will come into it in the future, as well as Jerome, Jake Dodd, and a couple of others up north. We're hoping to put on up there. And like I say, there's going to be opportunities for everyone. All they've got to do is train hard and take it. We're looking at venues in Cardiff, Newport, Swansea. They're all over. We want to put these shows on for people in Wales to support fighters from Wales, and that doesn't mean we're not going to have the Irish coming over and gents like Billy coming over, because they add something extra to the show. But we want Wales to be introverted almost in our media approach. We haven't got to worry about getting IFL in. We've got boxing in Wales.
Fantastic. And I just want to throw the questions to anyone on the floor if you've got anything to ask any of the boxers on the table.
Yeah, I've got a few questions actually. I've got a question for Kieran. So, you obviously find Sean, right? And some people would say there may be more pressure on you than him, because if you lose, where do you go from here? If he loses, then he can just come again. So, do you feel that there's pressure on you? And if you do feel that, how do you deal with it?
There's always pressure on a personality like mine, I think. I welcome some of it onto myself. But I'm usually cool, take it under my wing, and I just got to deal with it. If I win, then fantastic, I've done exactly what I'm going to say I'm going to do. If I lose, which I don't think I will, then I just bounce back anyway. I'm like a rubber ball.
Okay, there we go. I also got a question for Aaron as well.
Aaron.
So, in your first fight, right, you fought a guy, I think it was 2 wins, 5 losses, right?
Yes.
And your second fight, you're fighting Darryl Shaw. And he's one of those guys, he could be a potential banana skin for you. Because he's got like 120 fights, and there's a few guys like that. There's William Wolverton, Darryl Shaw, a few other guys, I think MJ Paul as well, got a bunch of fights also. So, are you aware that could be a potential banana skin for you, and what do you think about that?
Yes, 100%. If I'm not on my game, then it could be a tough fight. I've seen him give a lot of good prospects a hard night, but I know how hard I've worked, and I know that I can make this, quite a simple night. Yeah, just on my basic boxing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question for Kira. So what is it like fighting on home soil? Is it different this time round since you've done it first time?
Yeah, it does feel a much bigger occasion now. There's a lot more. Even the kids talking about it in the gym and in the schools and stuff. Because I've done it. I've worked in the schools in the area. Talking about it on the street, walking past people in the middle of town, and they mentioning it. And even like the older generation, I can see how excited they are about it, because they're correlating this to when they've actually seen championship boxing decades ago there. The market have helped promote it as well, having their so it does feel a little bit different, does feel a good bit bigger, but a lot more exciting as well.
Any more questions, guys?
Yeah, I have 2 more. I got one for JJ. So, you're 10-0, right?
10-0, yeah.
Yeah. And in your record, right, there's no KOs.
Yeah.
You know how on social media or just generally people are like, oh, he's pillow fisted, he doesn't have any knockouts. Do you feel pressure in that sense?
No.
That you don't have any knockouts?
No. Well, when I first started with Chris Saniga, and everybody knows that he tells people not to stop anybody. But that's besides the point anyway. It's not that. I'm more of a counter puncher, not so much of a knock someone out. So I'm more of a slick style fighter. So that's probably more why I haven't stopped people, and I believe you'll see more people being stopped the better the opponent I fight. You'll see people being stopped then, that's for sure.
So you the better opponent you fight is going to bring the better out.
Better out of me, yeah.
And another question for Billy as well.
Yeah.
Before you turned professional, am I right to say that you was in the white collar team?
White collar?
Yeah, did you have a few white collar fights?
Nah, no chance.
Okay,
No, I had about 70 amateur bouts, yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
There's another guy with the same name as you.
Yeah?
So I thought it was you.
Oh, he's probably copying me.
There we go. There we go. But so this is an 8-rounder for you, right?
No, so it was like initially 8 and then 6, and now it's unfortunately 4. But yeah, and then Saturday it'll be maybe
2.
less than 2. Yeah, 1. Yeah.
A quick knockout. So I noticed in your record, like you moved from 4 to 6 rounds quite quick, and you was gonna have an 8-rounder.
Yeah.
This time around, but it's not to be.
Yeah.
Talk to me about moving quickly in that sense that you're not having a lot of 4-rounders. You're moving quite quick.
Because the more rounds, the better for me. Like, because I've got a good engine. So yeah, like I warm into it. Like, you know, I was coming out of 4-rounders thinking I could do another 4, and so that's why I stepped up to 6. And then I'm coming out of 6 thinking I can do another 6. Like, yeah, so I'm in the gym sparring. You know, I'll do 8-round spar and have fresh sparring partner for each round, or 4 rounds with one, 4 rounds with another. Yeah, so and my engine's my attribute, so that's why I want the more rounds.
Well, hopefully you get that 8-rounder soon.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
So do we have any more questions from the floor?
I've got another question for Kira. It's okay. So you obviously opened that box. How was it balancing opening that up with training and all the rest of it?
Yeah, thankfully I've got a bunch of good guys in the gym, a really good atmosphere in the gym, and it's in my hometown, so it's local to me. It's easy for me to get to and from, but it also helps me train as well. Whereas some people get towards the end of their career and they lose motivation and they stay out of the gym, I'm forced to sit here for 3 hours every night and watch other people hitting things. So I might as well stay here a little bit longer and do my training, or sometimes I even do it with the guys, and physically I'm still able to do things. So I'm unlike some coaches that aren't able to get in the ring and physically show them how to do different things. I'm in there doing that with them. So hopefully they benefit from that. But it also helps me as well. So it helps me stay sharp. If I've got novices or amateurs that are sometimes bigger than me, sometimes faster than me, and they're trying to take my head off, I've got to stay sharp and make sure that my skills are on point as well. Because otherwise, you can be sort of going out to rust if you're not in there often enough. So it's been a really good positive for me personally, but hopefully really good for the town as well. Don't think as many people know about it as it could do, but this is the point of promoting in the town and having people talking about these shows, is to get more people through the door. Just yesterday we had 12 kids running around in a really small spot, and it's fantastic to see so many people really interested in boxing.
Do you have any more questions, guys?
I've got one question for the whole panel, right? So obviously Kieran's a boxer, and now he's putting on shows. So he put on one on April 6th, he's putting on one this weekend, and he's also putting one in Ladini, if I'm pronouncing it right, on the 22nd of July. So what do you think about him trying to bring more shows to Wales, and it gives a chance for like Welsh boxers to not have to travel too much and get more fights?
Yeah, well, he's doing his part, putting Wales back on the map, isn't he? He's trying hard, fair play to him. For sure, I wouldn't like to be in his shoes. It's a lot of stress, but fair play to him, and yeah, keep going.
Yeah, as for boxing in Wales, it doesn't involve me as much. And it's the first time I'm boxing here, and I'm not from Wales, but I think it's obviously great what he's doing. And I think top respect to Kieran for promoting the show and fighting top of the bill. Like I can't imagine what it's like having to organise both things and think about. It's bad enough being a fighter and then having to go through fight week and a training camp with just that to focus on, let alone organise everything else. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for Kieran.
And there's obviously the opportunities to expand to Devon. There's not much of a professional scene.
Yeah, 100%. Well, that's something I want to do, is not just keep it in Wales. We want to take it to the fringes and go further afield again. This is the point in having English lads like Lewis and Billy fighting on the shows that are not a million miles away from the border of Wales. It's because if they've got a big enough attraction down there, I'll put one on in fucking Devon Town Centre. I don't care. It will happen as long as we've got the backing there from everyone else.
And of course, there's a few arenas in a few leisure centres in Port Talbot as well. So.
Yes, it'd be great to have some boxing in Port Talbot or Swansea. I know there's a show in Swansea in August the 26th. Yeah, so I'd love to get on closer to home, because we don't have a lot of opportunities in Wales. We only have Cardiff or Newport, and it's very few and far between. So yeah, it's great what he's doing. Yeah.
How much fights? Because obviously you've got opportunities to get on more shows.
Yeah.
Like you said. How much fights do you think you would have had if Kieran wasn't doing what he's doing?
I'll be lucky to get 3 a year. Yeah, so this gives me a lot more opportunities, yeah, to get on the show, yeah. To get active, yeah.
Do you have any more questions?
Billy?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
are you ready for the Welsh fans?
I don't know. The ones we got down in Plymouth are pretty loud. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the crowd, and I thrive under that though. Like the noise. The more noise, the better for me. And yeah, I'll look to raise the roof and get ready for the it'll be a great fight for the main event, definitely.
I guess along those same lines with you, Kieran, should Sean be scared since he's fighting a local boy?
Yeah, well, he's bringing a fair few fans down himself, which I'm quite excited about. You know, I don't want it all my own way, but I do think he might have a bit of a shock when he realises just how many echoes there's going to seem like there is in the market all there in Abergavenny. It's going to be fantastic. Anyone who's turning up, anyone who's going to watch online, it's going to be a real event, and I think we're all excited for it.
Do you have any more questions? Yeah? So we'll wrap it up there. So this is Kieran Gethin versus Sean Yaxley, which will be live on Saturday night from Abergavenny Market Hall. The first fight will begin promptly at 7 o'clock, and if you'd like to watch at home, if you can't make it to the show, it will be also live on Kieran's YouTube channel. And that's all. Thank you from everyone for coming up today, and thank you all for attending and asking so many questions. Thank you.